Think about the last 5 videos you saw going viral. And I'm talking about videos with millions of views that are already shared with everyone and completely take over your feed. Now think about this. Did those videos feel original? Well, 9 out of 10 times, you notice this video essentially follows the same pattern. The biggest brands in the world like Nike, Duolingo, even Chipotle are not reinventing content every single time they post. They're watching what's already going viral and plugging themselves into it. Here's the thing. You can do the exact same thing. Whether you run a restaurant, law firm, cleaning company, or a SaaS product, whatever. You don't need to come up with genius original idea. You just need to know what to copy and how to copy it. That's exactly what I've been doing. And today I've built a 7-figure content creation agency and generate over 3 billion views for my client. And I built this simply by having a system for finding what's already working and putting my clients inside of it. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why trying to be creative is actually things holding most brands back. The exact method that I used to find viral formats and copy them. Real example from my agency where this approach got millions of views for brands you wouldn't expect. Let's get into it. Why creativity is a trap. When I first started making content for brands, I was obsessed with being original. I wanted every video to feel like something no one have ever seen before. I was spending hours brainstorming ideas, trying to come up with clever concepts, making these beautiful cinematic videos that I was genuinely proud of, and nobody watched them. We're talking barely 200 views, 300 views, and I couldn't understand why. The videos were generally good, but the algorithm didn't care. That's when I realized something that changed completely how I think about content. The algorithm doesn't care about creativity. It pushes out what's familiar to it. Think about it. When you're scrolling TikTok or Instagram, your brain is making a split-second decision about what to watch and what to skip. And the videos that are making you stop are almost never the ones that look completely new. They're the ones that feel familiar, have something slightly different about them. It's the format you've seen before, but with a new person most of the time, a new twist. That's what your brain locks onto. This is simple human psychology. People naturally tend to follow what they're already familiar with rather than trying something new. This is exactly why we watch our favorite shows multiple times, because it's the same pattern that we know we already like. The same principle applies to social media content too. When you sit down and try to reinvent something totally original, you're actually making it harder for the algorithm to push your content, because the algorithm doesn't know what to do with something that's never been seen before. It doesn't know who to show it to. But when you use a format that's already proven to gain views, the algorithm goes, oh, I know who liked this, and it pushed it out. That's the cheat code I figured out after 2 years. So here's how I actually think about this. Every piece of content have 3 layers, and most brands only think about one of them. The first layers is the topic. Now, most people are obsessed with this. What I'm going to talk about, what's the subject, and they try to come up with something clever that nobody have ever thought of. And most of the time, they get stuck in this very first step. They're trying to build something from scratch when they should be looking at what's already working. The second is the format. This is the entire structure of the video. This is what we copy. When you look at viral video, focus on what's happening in it. Is this someone walking into a space and showing it off? Is it a day in life? Is it a reaction video, a before and after, a challenge, an office tour? These formats has already proven to work with million times on Instagram and TikTok, and that's what gives you massive advantage, because you just need to pick the right format for your brand and plug yourself into it. The best part is that no one owns a trending format on social media. It's pretty much free game. And lastly, there's your hook. The first 2-3 seconds of your video will determine whether a viewer will scroll past or stop and watch the video. Now, most brands think their hook needs to be about their product, but that's wrong. Your hooks need to be about your audience. If you trigger curiosity or disbelief or some kind of emotional reaction in the first couple of seconds, you got a view. But if your hook is about your product, you have already lost. You see, most people on social media aren't looking for another brand to follow or buy from. They just want to be entertained, surprised, or educated. So when I work with any brands, I don't start asking what makes your brand or product special. I start looking into what format is already going viral that we can put this brand into. And then I figure out the hook that's going to stop someone who have never heard of you from scrolling past. Let me show you how this actually plays out in real life, because I do this literally every single day. When I started out as a freelancer, I was making high production food video for restaurant. You know, cinematics, beautiful shots, nice music, basically the kind of content you would see on Food Network. The videos look incredible, but they got 0 traction. I went to one of my clients, I pitched them on TikTok. I said, look, give me $2,000. I'll make you 10 videos. If it doesn't work, I will give you your money back. Here's the most important part. I didn't try to come up with something original. I found a format that was already going viral for another business. Someone walking up to a chef saying, hey chef, can you make me something with this? And that's it. That was the whole concept. I copied the format exactly. The pacing, the energy, the quick cuts, everything. The first video got 700,000 views. The second video's got 2 million views. And they gained over 300,000 followers in 3 months. Nothing about the restaurant or the product changed. The only thing that changed. It was the format that we put it in. And that was the difference between 200 views and millions of views. Creativity doesn't matter when you have the right framing. And there's Bodak. They sell instant ramen. I started working with them when they had 300,000 followers. We didn't make content about the ingredient, the manufacturing, the process, or how spicy the noodles. We put people in challenge. We use reaction format. We literally just copy what's already working in the food space, and we put Bodak in the middle of it. The account grew to 1.8 million followers on TikTok and 500,000 on Instagram in under a year. Another example is Stan. This is a software company, all-in-one store for creators. Now, software content already blew up online pretty hard, but when the CEO came to Toronto, I found a format that was exploding. How much you pay for rent? You've already seen this before. Someone walked to an expensive space, show off the office. People are just shocked by the rent. I copied it frame by frame. We used his story, his office as the filming location. This first video I've ever made for this client got 1 million views. And over the next few months, we did the exact same thing for John's, the CEO personal brand. And we got over 20 million views in 3 months. So what I'm trying to tell you is that every single one of these examples follow the same rule. Find a format that's already proven to go viral, put your brand inside of it, and that's it. Why do you always stop? Now, here's why most people hit a wall. They hear this, okay, Tuan, I get it. Copying format works, but I still don't know what to make. My brain just goes blank when I open TikTok. And the reason for that is you're still thinking of social media as a marketing channel. You're thinking about your product, your feature, your benefit, or why someone would buy from you. Social media is not a marketing channel. It's a community building channel. When you think about building community building, you stop thinking about your product and start thinking about your audience. What are they interested in? What do they relate to? What make them stop and watch? If your content has to answer these questions, the chances of you going viral multiply dramatically. Let's say you own a cleaning company. This doesn't mean you need to make content about cleaning. Your content can be about the most disgusting thing you've found on the job. People love that stuff. Or another example, if you're a dentist, your content doesn't have to be about a dental procedure or a clinical way. Everyone have heard of root canal, but what exactly is it? What actually happens during a wisdom tooth extraction? Why do they hurt so much? That's the kind of stuff that gets millions of views. You can apply this format to literally any business, a law firm, a car detailing business, a furniture store, literally anything. All that matters is the framing. Once you start making content about your business and start making content that your audience actually want to watch, everything start falling into place. Now, I need to be honest with you because I wasted 2 years of my life making this exact mistake. When I was freelancing, I thought the better, the more creative the video, the more original the video is, the more views it gets. The whole time I kept thinking, I need to learn some new editing techniques or get better camera or come up with more original concept. I'll start getting more views. But the problem was never my skill. My skills were fine. The problem was that I was trying to be creative instead of trying to be strategic. I was trying to invent when I should be copying. The moment I stopped asking, how do I make something original, and start asking what's already getting attention and can I plug this brand into it, was the moment everything changed. And that's all you need to do. So if you're sitting there right now thinking you need expensive equipment, perfect original idea, or a brand new trend to go viral, I need you to let that go because you don't need to be creative. You need to be observant. Open TikTok, find formats where you're getting millions of views and ask yourself, how do I put myself inside of that? Because the brands that are winning on social media right now aren't the most creative. They're the ones fastest at finding what's already working and making it their own. Once you figure this out, everything changed. If you want to see exactly how I break down viral formats and how I decide which one to copy, I'm going to deep dive on that on the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it.